Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Better Than Heroes. It's Monday, and we have today's episode 7. I'm Rachel Weeks, and I played Klik, the Tohr-Kreen fighter. We have a few exciting updates this week. We had some fun Patreon stuff. If you want to get to jump in on our Patreon, please do that. You get access to all sorts of different stuff, including our Discord. We on both of our Discord and on Twitch, we have emotes. We've got a junk buckle, we've got a dinger, and we still need a few more subscribers to our Twitch channel to need 5 more.
5 more.
5
do it tonight.
More subscribers, and we get a third emote on Twitch, and that is going to be a Janice Droplet emote. It's going to be our sweet carnivorous ooze friend.
Sorry to interrupt. If you have Amazon Prime, you get one free Twitch sub. So why don't you use some of Jeff Bezos's $66 billion that he made this year and sub our channel? It's his money, and then we get a little money, and and nothing happened to you.
Give a little chip of that Bezos money to the elves.
Yeah, he'd want you to. I'm Andrew Ovredahl. I play Flute Whimteaser, the human bard, aka the Windrider.
Oh yeah,
that's it. That's it for him.
Nice.
Yeah. Jordan?
Sorry, I had to hit record on the Zencaster, which is now done. Hi, everybody. I'm Jordan. I, of course, play the Moonboy, who's very good at all things technological and making sure that the Zencaster is rolling. And I wanted to shout out Big Top, everybody. Come on, Big Top. Check out Big Top Studios, Big Top Productions. They're doing big stuff. And we are one of the things that they're doing. And you're here.
All right. I'm Aaron Urist. I play Kai Hammerstein. And we're going to get into it. We are going to watch our recap of last week's episode. And then we are going to watch our fabulous intro video, courtesy of Tiger Moon Productions.
Yes.
And then we're going to do the dang thing. We're going to play Dungeons and Dragons in space.
Dang thing.
All right, let's do it.
Now. Last time on Better Than Heroes. Over breakfast, our friends debated whether to try to escape the gravity loop immediately or to look for plunder and ghosts to save deeper within.
Your ghost buddy there, Klik, tell you what's lurking in these halls?
Yeah, there's a flesh ball. There's other ghosts that could be less friendly.
In an unpopular command, Captain Goliathan ordered the Dinger to leave post-haste. Relic wore the junk buckle Klik had given him.
I would be paying a lot of attention to Relic's fashion, since I consider him the coolest person on the ship.
And K.A.I crafted another belt buckle as a special gift. I'm going to attempt to craft a stylish belt buckle. Smithing is going to be a 24, and Arcana is going to be a 25.
The best belt buckle in the galaxy?
Unable to persuade the captain to heed the warnings of the ghost, Lighthouse, the Dinger made for open wild space, only to find herself ensnared in a terrifying trap as gravity itself flipped, flinging the crew towards certain doom.
So up is down.
Up is down.
K.A.I was seriously damaged and the crews struggled to save themselves.
That's going to bring up Relic as this big old ballista slams into your side, but it is stuck in there and currently attached to you.
So we're assuming that the ballista is attached to a rope, right? He's not just
he did. Yeah,
After they recovered, the Dinger pledged to move more cautiously.
Are we going deeper in or are we going down the smaller hole?
We're going to listen to the moon, please.
Will the group escape with their lives? What dangers await deeper within the gravity loop? Find out next time on Better Than Heroes!
2, 1.
Yeah.
Oh man. Sometime we should just like stitch together all the shit we say between. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
To play it in court.
You guys should have seen what happened when we got on that hype train. All the weird, like, sort of just missed the millennial train surprise noises on this end. We're just like, what is a hype train? Are we in trouble? Oh no, we're doing it. We're twitching.
Oh, I got hype trained last night.
It's like
this hype.
It's like getting rickrolled.
It sounds stupid, so
didn't have enough hype training.
Well, whatever it is, we're at level 3 right now.
Fuck yeah. Level 3 hype train. I feel more powerful already.
All right, since we're all hyped, let's play some D&D.
Let's play some damn D&D. Don't ever do that
train.
again.
It was the train.
Oh, never mind then.
Andrew.
Stop being funny. I have D&D to do. This is my slogan now.
That'll be the t-shirt.
Okay. We find our party having just recovered from being inside of this asteroid field, the party's direction not being listened to, and instead the captain making an executive decision to try and make a run for the opening that seemed to be in this field of debris. After you all have been flipped over and survived that, here you are on the deck of the ship, out here with the whole crew, except for Goliath, is still, attached to the helm of the Spelljammer. And the exact moment we ended last session on was Cobble saying thank you to K.A.I. after K.A.I went through extraordinary lengths to save Cobble, who was at the top of the ship. So that's where I'm going to drop the scene. With you all just being able to stand here on the deck of the ship, gravity has been, you all have reoriented yourself to the same, like being flipped upside down. You all have flipped yourselves upside down to kind of fit with this new gravity perspective. And here you are out on the deck with all of the crew except for Goliath.
Oh, you are welcome, Cobble. And I collapse onto the ground. I am severely damaged.
I'll come over. I'll cast Cure Wounds on K.A.I.
Oh, thank you.
If I may. That will heal for 5 hit points.
Oh, wonderful.
And Goat kind of like taps you. She's like, "Can you do more? Anyone? Can you do more? He's hurt. That's scary."
I can do more. The Moonboy also casts Cure Wounds. Come here. Come to me, K.A.I.
All right.
And I
forgot I don't have Cure Wounds. I have Healing Word, but I rolled that and it's the same.
I say, come here, and he kneels down, and I give him a light starlit kiss on the forehead, and I say, that should help. And I cast Cure Wounds, and you regain...
Can it be canon that this is always the method that you cast Cure Wounds?
Do a little mid-combat smooch.
Everybody wants these starlight kisses.
It's 8.
A little moon smooch.
Starlight kisses.
I think it'll be different most times.
Thank you. I will.
I'm sorry. I actually think that's 9.
Ooh, look at that!
9. Okay.
Game changer right there. Cut back to this scene when something almost kills you, but you have 1 hit point left. This is the difference.
Mm-hmm.
And I will sort of emerge my Tinker's tools from my hands and start removing the ballista bolt that is protruding from my chest.
It was pretty cool, though, I will say. Like,
it was a good shot.
The whole thing, as far as like cool rescues go, like cool.
It was.
I will.
Good shot.
I was gonna say I'll walk up to Relic and give him a good job pat. It was the lucky buckle, huh?
Yeah, and he looks almost like embarrassed at first. He's like trying to gauge your reaction, and when you do that, he's like, "Oh yeah," and he throws his hair out of his face, and he's kind of like, Yeah, I didn't know what to do. I'm glad that worked and no one got hurt. I did it.
I did.
Yeah, he got
Quite
skewered.
seriously.
He got skewered with a giant harpoon. He got super hurt.
In fact, I will go and hand it back to him.
Yeah. He kind of doesn't make eye contact with you, and he's looking a little just down at things. He's like,
it's okay.
Guys, the hype train was successful. I just like to say.
Yeah. So, Andrew, can you restart your video real quick? It seems to have been blurred out. Oh, look at that.
It'll come back in a second. Cool. It's just terrible. It'll come back.
This is a fun bit we do for the podcast.
Yeah. That fun focus.
I cast Misty camera. It will come back. There you go.
Yeah, it's amazing how nice it looks when you put your hand up for it. Okay.
What happens when Andrew farts? Everything goes all misty nearby.
I've been cast. All right.
So Relic looks embarrassed and kind of isn't making eye contact with you, but is still kind of yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think Moonboy is gonna walk in as well and be like, Relic. All right, man, that's more like it.
Yeah, are you? Was that was good? That was
really good. I mean, you did impale him, but again, between you and me, it was pretty cool.
It was
but
cool.
Good job. You sort of saved us all. Man.
Okay, good.
Well, yeah.
All right.
I appreciate it.
So I just had to make a call. I had to make a decision, and I'm glad we all feel good about it. Yeah.
I'm not dead.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. None of us are.
Also, now you're 1 for 3 on ballista shots. So your rate's going up all the time with every shot.
It is significant that we started counting at the time of your first failure.
Yeah.
This is what pals do. We're palling around. You know?
We're jazzing, right?
Yes, we're jazzing you. Zazingbo.
Okay.
Yes. Well, Relic, you've done very well.
Good. All right. Well, now that's settled, let's get the hell out of here. He kind of
you still seem ill at ease, I must say.
He just seems a little shaken.
Sure. Okay.
And that's he's he's hearing the things you're saying, but it's clear that he's not kind of soaking them in. He's just yeah. And he kind of he goes back over to his ballista and is just kind of
greases the buckles.
Not paying attention to you now. Yep. And Goat is kind of fussing. The large Goliath woman is fussing over you, Kai, and just kind of making sure that they've healed you and you seem okay. And
it's all right. Not too difficult to repair.
And
my tools are sort of going quickly, repairing, stitching myself up a little bit.
Cool.
And Goat goes, oh man, okay, good. If you're good, I gotta go check on the cargo because every time we go upside down, something comes loose, and anything that's not attached is because we were flipped upside down, it's gonna hit the ceiling. So I'm gonna have so much work to do.
Where's Janice?
You go ahead. Oh.
And all of the NPCs look at you. All of them look at you all.
Kai.
What?
Where's Janice?
I'm sure you tied the jar down.
It's
let him
secured immediately.
It's wait, is she in your backpack? No, you specifically said you don't carry in your backpack. I just remembered.
We sort of put a stop to that because it was crazy to do it all the time. I mean, she's secured as is everything in the kitchen, but it's not, designed to go upside down. Let's go take a look.
Yeah.
So few kitchens are.
That's true. Very expensive, those upside down kitchens. One of those Viking joints? Oh man.
No, we've got to go. We've got to go check. We should be checking right now.
Yes, we're going. In fact, we are walking.
Here we are.
Cool. So the crew, Relic stays with you all, up with the ballista. Cobble's I'm gonna let you all handle this one, and Goat will go with you, but is staying in the back, kind of and as you all are, you all can easily kind of like head down to the lower deck on where the kitchen is. And the door is kind of ajar a bit, but not fully closed or fully open. Who is going in first?
I will go first. And in fact, before I go in, I will deploy my Guardian armor for the first time.
Okay, what does that look like?
What does that look like?
So my armor plating begins sort of switching and spinning into place and begins to kind of bulk out, and my frame grows almost a foot in height, and a mask sort of descends over my face. It's honestly terrifying. Compared to how K.A.I usually looks, it's like special ops terrifying. He's got 2 giant fists that are crackling with energy.
Sweet.
And I will sort of open the door and go, Janice, have you finished the book yet?
I would like to cast guidance on him.
Sure, absolutely.
If I can.
Wonderful.
Can you roll a real quick perception check for me?
I can. Me?
Yep. You, K.A.I.
You
all know that the chat keeps notes when one of us drinks from a Nalgene bottle? Every time someone does it. But no, truly, like when they're like, "Ooh, first Nalgene appearance."
It's part of the drinking game.
Well, I rolled a natural 19, so that's
you can add a 4 to it. Moonboy takes your already excellent job, and he's like, "Oh, 4. what if you put a little?" Actually, gives you some good advice. Apparently,
yeah. What if you look over there a little?
Yeah, look over there.
Try looking like that area. 24.
Great. So the room is clearly in chaos. It is an earthquaked kitchen. It is, there are some things. The ship is able to go upside down, but it doesn't often do it. So it's not something. It's something that like in a boat, how you would batten down the hatches, kind of. That was not done to this kitchen. So there is debris everywhere. There are fruits. There are loose meats. There are just like bits of food kind of everywhere, like some broken dishes here and there. And with that high of a roll too, you hear a noise that sounds like something between chewing and slurping.
Ignoring what would usually be an intolerable mess, which would be a crisis.
In itself. Yeah.
In and of itself. I will move towards the sound. Janice?
You hear her chorus of voices go, "Oh, hey! Oh, hey!" It's just all of these voices at one time going, "Oh, hello!
Are you all right?"
Yeah, I'm actually doing great.
You're doing great. Your jaw has been broken, I assume.
Yeah, I got thrown around.
And you are all right?
Yep, and you can hear it coming from the kind of like the far corner of the kitchen. This kitchen has a bolted down table in the middle. It's like one large island, and it has along the edge like counters as well. But there's this like one single table bolted in the middle that is large, and from the other side of the table you can hear Janice's voice coming from the floor.
I'll make my way over there. Did find some food that is not a person?
And as you round the corner, you see, there is a squash banana on the floor. There is there are all different types of foods kind of scattered about, and you round the corner and you've seen Janice in this form before, where she is fully ooze, but is kind of like, you can see things swirling inside of her a bit as forms are just kind of like shifting and changing inside of her ooze form. And she seems bigger than you remember her. And you see just like a half of a chicken kind of like being dissolved by her ooze. And she's like, "This is what the elves called savory, and I am fascinated."
Indeed. Perhaps you will be able to give me new insights into how to cook a chicken now that you will know what it is like to be a chicken.
Yes, yes, the skin is delectable. You should do more things with the skin.
It wants to eat skin. Did I hear that correctly?
Yikes.
It likes skin now.
It thinks we should do interesting things with skin.
Yeah, sure. No, I heard.
It kind of like it seems to have like a mouth that is kind of formed around where the chicken is, and a like pseudopod comes up from the ooze, and this like kind of half like a elf head with like soft features almost looks at you and he goes, do not worry, I remember our deal. I am simply tasting delectables.
Good. I hoped so.
Cool.
But you must understand that the reason for our deal is that the crew is afraid. And so, obviously, an event like this causes them to experience that fear.
I am not protesting. I am simply, I was forcefully taken from my container, and I thought since these things were on the floor, I would eat them.
I am honestly relieved that you have had a chance to eat food. I was sort of worried that you were going to starve. Anyway, it's time to return to... We're going to need a larger jar.
Yes, I am bigger than I was before.
You are.
From the doorway,
I'm sort of concealing a smile. No.
Flute, go ahead, definitely.
From the doorway, can I kind of look around the rest of the galley, see if anything else is amiss in any way?
Yeah, let's have you do an investigation check if you want to, or a perception. But if you want to poke around a little bit, you absolutely can.
I will look around as well, just helping.
Dirty.
Oh, good. There you
20.
go.
Yeah, go for it. You can still throw in Klik.
Sure. 22.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of food that is being eaten. You can see that like there's just like scraps of leftover things, and even like you can see like part of a banana peel that's just been like dissolved. I don't know, I'm stuck on bananas. There's but there's like pits of fruits as well that seem like they tried to get eaten and then it just decided not to eat them. And so you can tell that Janice has eaten a lot of things in here. There's nothing that seems to be like amiss, except for you do not see the jar that like any shattered glass that seems to be from the jar specifically, as it was kind of like a different tint of glass than the than like other glassware that you had around here.
Oh, so there's no
shattered jar.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay.
I guess I will keep that to myself for a moment.
Sure.
I will take a scrap of something off the floor and eat it.
Yeah.
Just to snack.
There's an unidentified meat that tastes good. Yeah.
Some kind of corner.
I'm going to start using the prestidigitation spell to sort of clean up a little bit, Fantasia style.
Okay. Yeah, and it's absolutely, you can... K.A.I is, now that you've realized everything is safe, you're kind of realizing what a mess is here for you to address and adjust, and you absolutely can just start to kind of like put things back in place here and there. And
am I within 30 feet of Janice right now?
Yes, yeah. This kitchen is not 30 feet.
And Klik saw this too, correct?
Yes.
I'm not trying to metagame, but I saw that she's looking around.
You can kind of do like the eye contact thing. Like,
yeah, I'll give Klik like a look, like a knowing look, and I'll kind of take a few steps in, and I'm going to take a piece of copper out of my pocket, and I'm just kind of worrying it between my thumb and my forefinger, and I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts as I walk in on Janice, and I'm going to ask her, Janice, I'm afraid I don't see your jar anywhere in here. and I'm only getting surface level thoughts. I can detect what's on Janice's mind in the moment. There's no saving throw for this level. It just tells me like what is on Janice's mind, assuming that this even works on her.
Yeah, and just to clarify, you are saying out loud
yes,
to
what
her
happened
like
to your
what?
jar.
Yep. Okay, cool. And then you are trying to detect her thoughts. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure
I'm
you
hoping
can.
that Klik was like backing me up as I walked in, but I don't know.
Yeah. No, I will. I think I'm definitely creeping around the room. I have my Githka. I'm trying to be very casual
about your about being ready to fight if you need to.
It's a walking stick.
I'm just gonna double check real quick that there's no.
I think the Moonboy sort of expected that when Janice Droplet got out of her jar, she's going to eat everyone, and she hasn't. And actions speak louder than words, as far as I'm concerned.
It's true.
Okay, cool. So Flute, Janice says to you, like this kind of faceless, almost formless head turns and looks at you from the ooze and is like, yes, it broke, and I felt it as it was the first bit of mess. I thought it was an issue, so I cleaned it up. I absorbed it myself.
You ate.
And
I ate the glass.
You ate the jar.
Do her surface thoughts seem to agree with that?
She is worried about what you are thinking of her right now. So her surface thoughts are like, feel nervous. Like she can tell that you are questioning her a little bit. But that's all. She's just like, but that's about all you can get from that. Yeah.
I think the Moonboy.
So you could have eaten that jar at any moment?
Yes, I was concerned about that when we initially put her in the jar.
I mean, I did not.
Yes, it's true. You did not. But you could have. Just to be clear, you could have at any point decided to consume the jar and escape.
To eat your way out.
Honestly, I am not sure. The shards were not good for. I mean, they did not hurt me, but they were.
Right.
The information I got from them was not fun.
Sure.
However, I did not try. I think maybe in its other form, I am like, and she thinks for a second, and she's like, a snake. I have to metaphorically unhinge my jaw. I don't have a jaw, but and it seems like she's thinking really hard. It's like taking a lot of work for her to kind of like take like this processing power of what she's trying to explain. She's like, the shards were easier, but I did not try and eat the jar.
Does it seem like she's telling me the truth?
Yes. When she's like thinking, when she's doing that processing, you can kind of like get her vibe of like, I can't quite explain this, but I still would like you to do an insight check.
Okay, so she can't like eat the stuff that's around her. It still has
Another
to go
dirty
into
20.
A physical mouth of some kind.
With a dirty 20, there's more of like a lie by omission than anything else in there. Something is not quite fully true out of that, but it's not a fully lie.
Janice, hi, Moonboy here.
The amorphous head turns and goes right over to you and says, "Hello, are you okay?"
I am Moonboy here. I sleep in a jar as well, sort of.
I did not know that about you. We are both jar boys.
Yes, a bit of a jar boy. I think of myself more as a jar man, but no, that's not true. I'm the Moonboy. You understand? Have you tried pickles?
I have not. I have not been able to find them.
Come with me. The Moonboy is going to sneak some pickles out of where K.A.I keeps his special pickled what, K.A.I?
Wait.
There's all kinds of things in there.
She's like, I feel like I have eaten this. This is straight up Harlan thinking, Wait, isn't the one thing she's eaten a pickle? Didn't you all give her a pickle as she was like?
I think there was
getting
like
out of
one
the
left in the jar when we put her.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. When she sees the pickle, she's like,
That's
"Wait,
right,
that is
yeah.
that is not what I am confused. I too can forget things. I
Cool.
have eaten specifically that."
Well, you don't mind if I have some then, do you?
No. Please, cool. Moonboy, I am. And she, an amorphous hand comes out of her, like her ooze, and she pats her like engorged form, and she's like, "I am very full."
Creepy, but I'm starting to like you, Janice Goblet. It's fun. Anyway, pickles.
The head turns fully all the way around, and she goes, "Shall I find myself a container, or would you all feel more comfortable if you picked it?"
Janice, did you eat the container before or after the crash? Well, not before, after the crash, but were you still inside it, maybe?
As soon as he asks that, I'm going to push my detect thoughts. She has to make a wisdom saving throw. I get the deeper access to her.
I have to beat your spell save DC, is that correct?
Yes, but it sucks, if that makes you feel better.
Well, I rolled shitty, so we'll find out who's the worst.
Oh, no.
It's a 13.
I did not beat that.
It's a game of suck chicken.
So I gain insight into Janice's reasoning, its emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind, as if it's worried about something, if it hates something, something like that.
She says, "No, I ate the jar after it broke. I promise." And you, Flute, just get this, can feel as this magic has been cast, and you've hummed your little tune, and you can kind of inside this mind that is uncomfortable to be in, because it's like having it's like when you open too many tabs on your computer and you can't tell where the audio is playing, but it's like 4 things are playing.
Perfect metaphor.
But thank you. But when she says this, you do hear this one voice kind of come to the forefront, and it's just saying, "Well, but you did rock it. You did rock it." And you can see this image in her mind of being flipped over and kind of stuck on this cabinet, like she'd fallen up and being stuck under this cabinet, and you can see the ooze sloshing back and forth, and her rocking her glass off of there and making sure that she fell and broke.
Cool. Anything else?
No, that is she seems worried about this lie.
She knows that I probed her mind.
I don't think so. If you succeed, right?
She does. It doesn't matter either way. She knows, I believe.
Okay, cool.
It says, either way, the target knows you're probing into its mind.
Okay.
And she can make a contested check to try to make it end, but I drop it as soon as I get that information, and I'm going to whisper to Klik. She escaped on purpose. I saw.
As soon as you start that whisper, her head, she is talking, and then her head, she doesn't say anything, but this smooth, rounded edged elf face just turns and looks at you, but does not say anything or react.
At this point, Munch eyes, and he's fully Team Janet, and he shouts back to the others. He's like, "I think she's okay now. I've changed my mind. Maybe we could keep her in a soup pot, something with an open lid, something more comfortable."
I will go anywhere that you like me to. I am happy to.
How much can you eat, Janice?
Oh, who's our guest?
Yeah.
Who's our guest?
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
That's Janet, one of Janice's
outside.
many voices.
That's the dog she ate. Oh no!
Yeah.
No, Rachel.
I did not say
Fix
it. That was
it.
not
Fix
me.
it.
It's not canon.
The dog's happier. The dog's happier. It can run and play with the other dogs inside the ooze consciousness.
Yeah, come on. Sloshing around in there.
Ariel dog.
We are all...
It's fine.
Oh, God.
Okay.
I'm concerned about the eating. You've eaten a lot in here. You've grown in size. You're not going to eat a person on this ship. I believe that you will keep your word. You've kept your word on that so far.
So
but
stop body shaming her.
Yeah, I'm not super interested in you eating everything else, though. Like, this feels like a growing nothing, you know, like a.
Frankly,
you just refer to me as a nothing.
No, it's a growing void. It's like a black hole in that it's too much of something that it becomes nothing. You know what I mean?
I think you were telling me that I should take a break from eating, which I feel comfortable doing. I will not deplete all of your resources. I got excited about all of the new information.
How much did she eat? Like, of the food that we had, how much of it has been eaten?
It doesn't seem to... It is about a day, a little less than a day's worth of food for the whole crew, you know? So it's like, it is a significant amount. It is like none of you all could sit down and eat this if you tried, but it is not a problem for your resources.
And how much has she grown, would you say, percentage-wise?
Not a quarter of a size, you know, probably more like 10 to 20%, you know, it is noticeable.
Still.
Sure. It is, yeah.
If a creature grows 10 to 20% every time it eats,
it gets big.
It will
also can swallow a ship.
Right, but listen here. If she's on our side, like
she's on our side, I don't question it.
Me too. Honestly, I'm Team Janice at this point.
Me too. Janice says
she got out. Thank you, Janice. She got out of the jar. And she didn't eat us, you know?
I can see that she wants us to feel comfortable with her on board, and I do not believe that it is for a nefarious reason. I believe she wants us to feel comfortable because she cares about us feeling comfortable, not simply so that she may fly under the radar.
Listen. Can I, Janice, would you permit us to have a little a little huddle over here? Can we have the floor, Janice?
Sure. Would you like me to leave this room? I could go somewhere else.
No,
you probably just get in the jar. Just get in here. Get in this. Don't. What do I have? Can I find like a soup pot with a lid?
They're scattered all about. So absolutely.
Hop in here, would you?
Sure. She tries to get fully in, and she's like, I might need another soup pot.
What about the oven?
We will find a barrel.
Barrel.
I will take some onions and stuff out of a small barrel, and she can get in there.
Yeah, the pantry, and you have to go into the pantry to get in there, and it is just a mess. But you absolutely can find a like half-empty barrel, and
I will
kind of
deal with this in a moment.
Dump out its contents, and then she's like, "Oh yes, that will fit me perfectly," and she moves up in there, and just like a hand form and takes the top and kind of like pulls it down on top of her.
Sure. Fun.
Is she in the pantry?
Yeah, you pulled the barrel out, but then when she gets in, you can just kind of like...
Yeah, I'll definitely motion for that and shut the pantry door.
Sure.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of looks at you, Flute, like expecting you to push the barrel, like they did.
Barrel pusher?
Not a full one.
The Moonboy.
Yeah, someone had to help.
Yeah, as soon as we're all kind of like wave everyone over, I'll be like, she escaped on purpose. I used my magic and I saw.
Listen, there is no doubt that K.A.I has brought an incredibly powerful entity aboard this ship. It can clearly do whatever it wants and consume this ship at will. So why not use it as an ally? Think of the what if we ran into another Janice on a planet? She could absorb it. She could be out. I'd rather the devil you do than the devil you don't. You know what I mean?
Yes, but she lied to us. She escaped
I do lie all the time.
She lied to us.
Whimteaser, you said I found. You said You didn't eat any of my blood oranges. And then I found, what was it, in your bunk? All of my blood orange peels. You lie.
I took the orange peels. I was using them as...
Look,
it's not... getting the fragrance out of them.
I forgive you. It wasn't a huge lie, like pretending to be somebody else entirely. That would break my heart.
Those blood oranges were not yours to begin with.
That's... The blood oranges, I paid the iron price for them. I stay out of this. Listen. Blood oranges by name, blood oranges by deed.
She rocked off the counter on purpose.
Right. So do you want to be? So which side do you want to be on? Do you want to be against?
I don't trust her to be on our side. And if she decides that she's on her own side, then we have nothing to say about it. We cannot overpower this thing.
I think we could.
It seems to me that her danger lies beyond her own intentions.
I say we ask the captain to find the closest rock and just take her for a walk and leave her.
Do
I think that we could, from what I know of Janice, is there any way I could gauge whether or not I think we could take her in a fight?
Roll a...
As we have this conversation, I'm still a terrifying, crackling metal.
Hey, yeah.
But still tidying. But tidying
I'm
up
cleaning and fussing and chiding.
With a little apron on?
Yes.
Yeah, let's have you do you can do a history check or an insight check. Okay. And also, just a fun little side note, below me right here is the Janice Droplet emote that we unlocked tonight.
We got it?
Yeah.
Hey. I'm time for us to dump her off on an asteroid.
Hey.
I saw at least 3 subs come in, if not, and I'm pretty sure there were 5. But I lost count. Either way, Janice Droplet. I just got word somebody gifted 5. So
okay.
You rule.
I'm gonna find out.
Wow.
I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna tweet about him. Thank you so much, y'all.
It was the hype train.
I have rolled a 23 insight.
Great. You all, if you all got her out in the open and it was all 4 of you, you'd have a pretty good dang chance. And if you had it, if you all were flying and she was off the ship, you'd probably be fine too. If you had relics shooting at her, it would probably help it throw the thing. But you think if it just came down to like the 4 of you versus Janice right now, you could probably take her.
Okay. I say as much to the rest of the crew with intent. I'm like, we could if we had to. I mean, I feel
then
pretty
let's
confident.
do just that.
Wait, why?
Why?
It's a powerful weapon. There, I'll say it.
She just lied to us. She just lied to us.
It's not a weapon. It's a thing with intention and desire to consume. It's not a weapon.
She didn't accidentally fall off the counter. She rocked herself on the counter in an effort to get out.
Can you blame her?
K.A.I, she's your friend.
I think she's all of our friend at this point. But perhaps not.
I don't trust her.
But I don't trust her either, because I just looked at her thoughts.
Her thoughts I trust.
I just told you her thoughts.
I understand that she lied. It's not, but I feel as though it's she lied for an understandable reason. That's
exactly. All I'm saying is that for an all-consuming ooze, that's a pretty white lie.
Right. If exactly. If you're ooze that feeds on sentience and you have the opportunity to free yourself, and all you do is go after some chicken and some bananas.
Yes, you rock a jar and get a midnight snack.
Yeah, it seems like a show of good faith, if anything, in my estimation.
Rascally.
Well, we'll see what the captain thinks of that. And I'm going to turn and stalk out of the galley.
Okay, cool. Are you going with intention to the captain's quarters, or are you more just like, I'm done talking about this, and like, because you can talk to him remotely if you want to.
Yeah, he's flying the ship, right?
Right. Yeah.
No, I think I'm up on the deck. I have a sending stone to talk to him, right?
Great.
Okay. No, I don't think I'd talk to him right away. I'm like thinking it over.
Okay, cool. Actually, with that too, you kind of like as you all are having this conversation, you hear the kind of like of the ship start to kind of finally get moving again, and as it seems like you can see that Relic, Goat, and Cobble have kind of like gone through the necessary. Let's just get this thing moving again. Precautions, and as agreed from last session, you all talked to the captain about instead of going down the long hallway that seems to be formed in this debris field, you all are taking a smaller kind of like rabbit hole that the ship will fit inside, that you all can move at a quicker pace inside of, because it seems like, again, like not just plowing through this debris field and following a flow of gravity that has already been established, but it's much, much smaller. So yeah, that is what you are currently you can like feel the ship moving again. And Flute, when you go out on deck, you see someone standing on the deck that is not a member of your crew. And if you want to give me a perception check to see what you see from them, you absolutely can.
Ugh.
Not great, I'll tell you that. I got an 8.
Great. Yep. So it is. You immediately can tell that they are a young person, but that's about kind of like all you get from it, and it's no one that you recognize.
And there's no one else on the deck right now?
Not Relic is up at the ballista. He's kind of like, this is more right by the door that you just walked out of. He's the person who's not that is not of your ship is standing kind of toward you, between, like, Relic couldn't see him as he's positioned himself between the mast and Relic, and he turns around and looks at you and he goes, "Oh, hello!" And he is a young tiefling boy.
Does this match, now that I could see him, does this match the description that Klik gave us when she described the ghost?
Just for fun, I'm going to have you do a history check. It's a very easy history check, okay, but I just like this being up in the air.
I think Flute also has the memory of a dog, so...
Don't say that about dogs.
16.
Yes, it does. And you can see kind of like as it raises its hand too, it is incorporeal. Like you can see a bit through its hand.
I'll sort of stagger. I kind of like stagger back and try to like compose myself. Hello?
Hi. He's and he kind of like looks in. He has a bunch of pockets. He's this like huge vest with a bunch of pockets on, and he's looking through them. And he goes. He finally like pulls out some glasses that clearly don't have lenses in them, even though they're spectral. And he's like, "Hello, I am." And he bows deeply. "Lighthouse, a ghost." And he kind of like looks dramatic. And he goes, "I bet you've never heard of me before or seen a ghost, but I am it." And he goes, "I am here to guide you on your journey and help you."
I have actually. The Sending Stones only talk to Goliathan, right?
No, they can. It's party line. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Could I like?
It's the nicest, most expensive thing on the ship. These Sending Stones.
Nice. Yeah, this intercom system. I think I'll try to conceal it, but as awkwardly as one can like remove a stone from a pouch and talk to it, I'll be like, "Klik, your ghost is back."
As you look down, you look up, he's right down next to you, and he goes, I'm talking to Quick. So you have heard of me.
Yes, she told us all about you.
Oh, that's so nice.
I will hurry upstairs.
Yeah, I think I probably will too.
Yeah, absolutely. The whole party can kind of like burst in, like up here now, and Lighthouse is like, oh, hi, hello, and he looks at you and he waves. He goes,
Lighthouse.
Hi, Quick.
Hello.
Guy.
You're back. Still a ghost, I see. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. I've been like this for near eternity. I barely remember my past life, so we're good.
Wow. Look at you.
Oh, look at you, he says.
Are you so scary?
You're a ghost, you say?
Yes, what are you? He puts his hand through your arm, and it's like, interesting.
It's a slightly more complicated question. I'm a arcane intelligence, I suppose you could call me.
And that's more complicated than a ghost?
Perhaps not.
Well, maybe we should have a complicated off. What's the deepest emotion you feel?
Love?
See?
That's very cute.
He's like, I can't compete with that. I mean, I can barely remember what it feels like to hug someone, so I'm not sure I can like.
Oh, we're already.
So you win. You're more complicated.
We're already hugging.
Yeah. If you put your arms out, he will go fun, and he just floats right through you. But tries.
I feel like I have magic stuff, and I could punch a ghost. So could I not hug a ghost? This has never been tried in Dungeons and Dragons before.
Hug a ghost.
Yeah.
Since I have magical weapons that are my arms and hands in this form. Yeah. Also, I think that in my guardian form, my voice is like a little scary. It's got like a little bit of like a metallic tint to it. A little bit of Christian Bale.
You could make like a hugging field like so that if the ghost is in it,
more robot-y one. I'm going to try to do it. But
can you roll an Arcana check?
I can.
Just see how well this works out.
I would love to roll to hug the ghost.
Because we're,
Would you like to know what I rolled?
I bet it's either a natural 20 or a natural 1. I can't tell.
It's a
natural
20.
It's a natural
20.
Hell yeah. The dice always know. The dice know what's really important.
Truly. Someday I'm going to make a montage of Aaron rolling for just like very unimportant things, but just rolling like
you can guarantee I will roll a natural 20 to Kool-Aid Man through a wall or hug a ghost.
So in a boss fight when you're the only one up.
Yeah.
Hey, he crushed that roper, all right?
Yeah.
So you will you kind of like recalibrate yourself as you've gone through. You just kind of like weren't ready for this moment, and as like things like kind of like move around and you adjust yourself. This isn't really like mechanics as you would be able to just attack a ghost if you wanted to, but just for the sake of this, like you kind of readjust and you say like gesture for Lighthouse to try again. And Lighthouse is like, "Ooh, fun! Like I can do this forever." And this time, when he comes in, you can see the surprise on his face, and his arms, like at first, are just like kind of like expecting to go like this. So there's this moment of like jarring awkwardness as his hands like go halfway around, and then you see his like shoulders sink just a little bit, and his arms like wrap around you, and you give this ghost a big old ghost hug.
Oh,
and
I can't believe that worked. Wonderful.
Lighthouse comes back and it's like, well, what are you? That was
complicated.
Wow.
Expensive.
I'm usually the nice one here. So, helping other people out, and that was just a weird.
Oh.
That really helped me out. That made me feel great.
Oh, never mind. Good.
I usually don't feel things besides boo. That's a ghost joke. Thank you.
We all got it.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's okay.
When you're alive eternally, you don't know. It's hard to his comedy is. Let me just explain comedy to you real quick.
Yes.
Anyway, sorry.
You can't teach eternity.
Yeah. It's like
Sorry. Hello, Lighthouse.
All right.
Hello, Lighthouse. Moonboy here. I sleep in a jar. Are you friends with the moon?
I mean, we haven't talked in a while, but I think it's one of those situations where if you catch up with them, then you'll just jump right back into it. It's still like Lighthouse is like quick, energy, sure. And it's clearly changing its demeanor in this moment as it's kind of far off.
Well, I spoke to the moon recently, and it said we should come to rescue you. The moon trusts you wholeheartedly. And I tried to convince the captain, and he wouldn't go. Maybe you could speak to him directly?
Sure, where is he?
Can we...
I'll call
him on the sending stone.
Piloting the ship.
Yep. The ship is now like moving through this wormhole.
Captain? Captain, my captain. That's kind of a boat joke.
Moon, my boy, Moon. No, I can't do it. What's up, buddy?
There's a ghost up here that would like to talk to you.
That's. Oh, wait. This is this Klik's ghost?
Yeah, same ghost.
Not my ghost.
It's, debatable.
So, do you need me, or I'm kind of steered? I'll have to stop it. I'm already,
I mean, you should maybe stop it because the ghost has this feels like important A1 side quest shit, boss.
He says, well, I have to do some real quick calculations so I can tell you how much he can do. Let's see, you were there, and then he's like, well, I got to get us to another resting point. I only got 3 charges left on this bad boy. So if I stop and then get it, I can only get us going again 3 more times before I take a long rest. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you think it's worth it, I'll pull it. I trust you, Moonboy.
Just a second. I take my thumb off of the pebble that makes it
It's a
work.
walkie-talkie.
Yes.
That's all it is.
Yep.
In the shape of a rock. Yep.
A rocky-talkie.
Yeah, it's a rocky-talkie.
There you go.
No, it's a rocky-talkie.
Down to prison.
Okay, goodbye.
Rocky-talkie.
I hope to take my thumb off.
You all have to call it that from now on. They're not allowed to be called
That's it. Ooh, that's a rocky-talkie. Okay.
He says he's only got 3 jams left. He doesn't want to stop for you, Lighthouse.
Well, I mean, I can just go. I'll just go over to him. Where is he? I can float through walls.
He's weird about his personal space.
Yeah, he doesn't like people in his quarters.
Well, I'm a ghost. He's like,
He's not a person.
Yeah, I'll just float through. Is that cool? I'm just gonna float through.
I don't think it's a good idea.
I don't think we like it.
Can you all do persuasion checks real quick? Moonboy and K.A.I, both of you roll persuasion checks to talk Lighthouse out of just going, as he seems to just be floating in that direction.
9.
Nope.
16.
Okay. So yeah, he is kind of like not even paying attention to K.A.I, and Moonboy, what do you absolutely are able to say? Give me just a little line of like what you say.
I say, bro. I put my hand on his shoulder. I say, bro.
It goes right through, and
and I kind of give him like the cut off gesture, like don't. This isn't cool. You're being that guy.
That ghost.
You're being that ghost. This is, we just want to go haunting willy-nilly. If we're going to pull a little, rank here at some point, I want to save you. I feel the adventure dripping off your whole vibe. But we've got to play the game. I'm sorry, we've got to play Goliath's game. It's a ship.
Okay. I get it. Boundaries. There are spaces I can't haunt. Got it.
Okay.
But if you're here to help, maybe you could just sort of hang out until he's ready to talk.
Sure. I mean, usually I get pretty bored, but you guys are fun. I came in checking what the hell I told you. And he looks at you. He said, "Quick! I told you not to go into big space. What happened? I saw you all get flipped over."
Well, I'm not very good at telling people stuff, and he just did it, and we were like, don't do it, and then he just did it because Cobble, well, she couldn't, and she was like, go, it's big, and we were like, no, don't.
Yeah.
Honestly, I followed all of that completely. I'm with you.
Yeah. He just didn't. He just didn't
try. She
They
tried.
They were eager to escape, and they did not heed your good advice.
Yeah.
They're scared. Fear is the mind killer.
Look, if I can teach you anything, it's listen to fun ghosts. All right, and then I just take that away from this.
It's really good advice.
Thank you.
I saw them open for Luck Buckle at Red Rocks.
Cool. So, sorry, I got lost in it for a second. What are you're asking Lighthouse to stay here? Are you pulling the trigger with like asking your Leviathan to stop and come hang out and talk, or are you all trying to get specific information from?
So, if we wait until he's done jamming, will we be too far gone? Is the question.
You don't know you don't know how far this area is. You can, if you ask Lighthouse, Lighthouse can tell you kind of like.
Yeah. How far do we have until we've exited this? You know.
Well, he's like, you're gonna hit one more kind of splitsies, and that's just a personal preference of the splitsies. But I can't leave here with you because my ghost form kind of like just kind of like I disperse at the edges, and if I get too close to Flesh Boy, I also get dispersed. So
Flesh Boy.
Yeah.
Maybe you'd like to expand on whom Flesh Boy is.
Oh yeah, big old orb of flesh.
Yeah,
makes this place go.
That's what we're orbiting around.
It makes the whole play. It makes the whole all of the gravitational anomalies. What have you?
Yeah, it can like move gravity around, change its effects, and so he just kind of does that as he moves through. Just making a little path in front of himself, around himself, and doesn't likes collecting these bits. Lighthouse like gestures around the surroundings and likes crushing things that come through here. Sets traps like you all ran into, and all around bad time. That's what crushed me. That's why I'm here. Is Yeah.
And where is what is anchoring you here exactly? What would we have to do to save you? Would we have to reckon with this flesh ball?
Oh, I mean, I'm not sure. I can't, there's no like ghost handbook. This is just kind of comes from messing around with my own existence for the last eternity. But I think I'm sure there's something, the whole thing with ghosts, and he pulls in his pocket and pulls out like a Sherlock Holmes type hat. And he's like, the whole thing with ghosts is that, something's tethering us here, and sometimes it's people's will, sometimes it's a physical item.
We've got a real son of the mask on our hands here.
See, I don't get that joke. See, comedy is weird. I don't understand it. I don't get it.
It was a movie. It was the mask. Sometimes would make a Sherlock hat appear. Never mind.
Okay, well, great. Well, anyway, back to my eternal damnation.
Well, the question was, if we continued on our way for the course of the day, would it be too late, or do we have to stop him now in order to help you?
Oh yeah. Sorry, I got distracted talking about myself. No, you will get out of here within the day if you. I mean, barring you don't like get
dumped.
Whatever. There's a bunch of stuff that you could
smash.
You're smashed, eaten,
fleshed,
possessed, lots of stuff. Yeah.
I didn't know possession was an option.
What?
Quick! I told you, flesh ball, bad ghosts.
Yeah. The possession was really kind of, I guess, implied in that.
Yeah. Well, you guys are moving much faster than the other ship behind you, so you're doing great.
There's a ship behind us?
I've got to stop dropping these casual bombs on us, dude. Slow down. There's a ship.
It's like,
have you talked to them? Like you talked to us?
We are with that. I would love to cut to break and pick up the last little bit of this conversation on the other side of it. So, we will find out very soon what Lighthouse is talking about. Thanks for letting me play Lighthouse. I love playing Lighthouse. Chat, you all are just beauties tonight. We've been packing stuff in, so I haven't been able to stop and talk to you, but I see you, and you're very fun.
You guys, I'm like misty-eyed from like a ghost receiving a hug for
I
the
know.
first time in eternity.
In the
I'm
weirdest
like-
places.
It was
I'm like
wonderful.
getting my period, or I've been quarantined too long, but it's like really nice.
It was great. It
All
was so
of these
nice.
It's a really
things.
nice moment.
Yeah.
Truly, I love discovering these things in moments. Good job. Okay, cool. Well, we're gonna take a quick less than 5 minute break.
Break.
Drink pee. We'll see you in just a second to finish this.
Drink
session
pee.
up.
Drink pee.
All right, bye.
Drink
See you.
pee.
Here we go. All right, I think we are back playing Dungeons and Dragons right now. We'll find out. We are back playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
Hi. Hello, everyone. Okay, cool. So just jumping right back into it. We're gonna go a little long tonight. It's gonna be fun. Jumping right back into it. Lighthouse, your ghost buddy. Hello, Uncle Brenner. Your ghost buddy has visiting you on the ship as you're going through this tunnel of of gravity, this like gravity river, let's call it, as it's pulling you down. And Lighthouse just seems to be hanging here with you while he's entertained by you. He's won over by the love that K.A.I was able to physically show him in a hug. and he's just having a cool time chilling. Just really a real cool ghost hanging out. This young tiefling boy in like what seems like a fisherman's outfit, and he just mentioned another ship, and so you all can kind of like. He's nonchalant about it, but if you guys want to talk to him about it now, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, we would love to know more about the ship that's following us. You mentioned.
Oh yeah, I mean I don't know if it's following you. I just know it's kind of behind you. So
what does it look like?
Oh, it's big. It's flying. Oh yeah, it's got big old moth wings.
Does that match the description of the elven ship that was landing on the rock?
Yeah, it does.
Sure does.
Yes.
We are being pursued. Captain?
Yeah, I did not say pursuit. Just want to flag that. Me, Lighthouse, telling you. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? I did not talk to them. They seem less like cool chill bros. Just from my sleuthing, stealthing, sneaking.
Can you expand on that?
Who's on that ship? What do they look like?
Yeah, it's like one main elf seems to be barking orders to everybody else. Some humans, there's some elves, lots of folks, But all kind of just following that one dude. He's got a crazy cool outfit too. It's like super sleek and green and black, and he's got real like
cool.
Yeah, he looks like a cool dude.
That sounds cool.
I'm going to pull out my walkie-talkie
Yeah.
and call up the captain. Captain. Except I'm in my guardian armor, so it's like Captain.
I love that it's like full Batman.
Yeah. Everybody's got alter egos.
Swear to me.
Except I'm exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's like goat? No. Who is it? Is that K.A.I?
Yes. I'm sorry, I can't. I have to imagine it.
Yeah. I imagine like a piece comes off of your mouth. Yeah. Like that.
It just pops open and you just.
Yeah, in this one you just have to sound like.
I turn a dial back here, like, oh my goodness. Good. Just have to turn off those filters.
Your intimidator 6000.
God, what do you need? What's up?
We are speaking to the Ghost Lighthouse.
Yeah, Klik Ghost. Yeah, got it.
It seems there's another ship pursuing us. It's the same ship that we saw when we were leaving the rock where we found Janice and the elven wreck there, or the seeming elven wreck.
Can you see him?
I guess I should have looked to begin with. I'm going to look. Can I see him?
You can do a perception check from where you are right now if you'd like to.
Is there anyone in the crow's nest?
I can go to the crow's nest.
I was going to say Cobble is not up there, so if you would like to, you absolutely can.
I will bound up to the crow's nest and see if I can see our moth friends.
Yeah, and it is just always. I just always have a fun time enjoying you being like, whoop, and because you have this huge jump speed and just like jumping up to the middle sail and then to the top.
She's very dexterous. It's a perception check, yeah.
Correct.
17.
Yeah, you can see when you saw. You're now like putting a couple puzzle pieces together. Klik is putting a couple puzzle pieces together in her mind. Before you saw, when you saw Lighthouse startled you and was right next to you. And this time when Lighthouse appeared, you didn't have the same moment of like seeing a light off in the distance and then like Lighthouse appearing, and you realize, oh no, that light I saw off on the distance was not Lighthouse. It was this ship. Kind of like far off, as you can see just this, it's almost like a lantern, at the other side of the lake kind of vibe, where it's just a small light kind of like moving here and there, and you can see it kind of like moving around. It's almost like it's like bobbling around, and you can put together that like it's following kind of like a gravity maze in the same way you all are. So yeah.
Gatsby? Sorry.
See.
Well, I can see it. Not very much of it. I'll say into my walkie-talkie. Yes, it's within vision. It's a light off in the distance.
Have they passed that offshoot with the flipped gravity?
Can I tell?
You cannot tell from that perception check, but Lighthouse pops up there, or pops next to you, and is like, they have not.
Ooh. Nice. Moonboy clicks in and says, I think we should all be saying bogey more.
I'm going to. I want to ask Lighthouse. Could you perhaps go to that ship and tell them that that's a shortcut to coming out the other end?
We don't know what they want.
Yes. I don't like doing mean stuff.
Yeah.
Well, we survived. They'll probably survive too. They'll just be slowed down.
Yes, they're going to do mean stuff to us.
How do you know
that?
That's true.
I mean, they do seem less cool, but less cool isn't a reason to like. You know.
Why don't you ask the moon?
Oh yeah.
I told you the moon. We don't talk that much anymore.
No, I could ask.
I was asking Moonboy.
Yeah, sorry, I was doing that as Lighthouse. Sorry.
I don't know how many times can you ask the moon a day. It's still the same day that we fell upside down, so we don't have any of our stuff back.
Is it the same?
You're right.
Oh, did I ask? I did. I started today by asking the moon.
You only get one a day?
No, I get more than one a day. It's just it becomes increasingly less reliable. And honestly, anything less than 100% reliability, I'm like, why even
Pretty useless.
take the time?
All
If there's even a chance that it could not be true, then I can't.
Makes sense to me.
Cool.
Blackjack rules.
Perhaps if we are still if they have not gained too much on us tomorrow, we can ask the moon then.
Yeah. Can I tell if they're getting like closer? Is there any or is it just kind of?
It's pretty difficult to tell. It seems like they are a significant distance from you all, though.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know you can't move quickly in this area either. Like,
right. Yeah.
They're not jamming up to y'all. Yeah.
Is their ship bigger? Is their ship bigger or smaller than ours?
I don't think you know. I think from like when you
we saw it on the planet, didn't we?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. It's bigger than y'all's. Yeah.
Okay.
I have. This is such a sleazy thing to do. I have a small compact of makeup in my pouch that I'm kind of like rubbing it on the side of my face while I'm talking to Lighthouse, and as I'm rubbing it on my face, I'm casting friends on him between us.
Okay.
And I'd like to make a persuasion roll, and as I press him again to do us this favor.
Sure, go for it.
Bard it up.
Sleaze it up, God.
Hey, man. It's the life you chose. Being a comedian, I mean.
I got an 18.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to double check that ghosts aren't immune to enchantment, but I don't think they are. If anyone knows for sure,
is anybody in the chat a ghost who can confirm or deny?
If you are, you have to tell us.
Yeah, I don't know. It says creature here, but yeah, you know there's so many different rules.
Yeah.
Well, there's just a couple. It seems like this would be. I know sometimes undead are immune to being charmed, but I think that. Oh, yep. Okay. So when friends happens, Lighthouse floats down next to you and is like, "Look, you can just ask me. It's okay."
I am asking you.
Did you try to enchant him?
He did.
Again?
He did.
No, I was.
Yes, all right. I was trying to.
Did you try to do mind tricks to him to get him to kill a bunch of people?
We survived. I'm telling you, we survived. They could survive too.
Look, Flute. Enchantment is not. It's a pretty sleazy thing to do.
Floop is adorable.
I agree, and for that reason, I will not correct him. I will allow him to call you Floop, because I feel that it is a appropriate punishment.
Wow.
Guys, that's Flute.
All right, I'm sorry. I don't think we can outrun that thing. But we could slow it down and get out.
We know their ship is bigger than ours. It could, and they haven't been visited by a friendly ghost to tell them not to go into the obvious open space. I think it's very likely they go that way anyway. If their ship is larger than ours and we already chose the bigger,
why would they go that way? I mean, perhaps we should watch and see what they do, because if they are pursuing us, they will not go that way.
Listen,
if they are attempting to escape, perhaps they will go that way.
Let's tell Goliathan.
And just a question for the DM. Obviously, our ship emits a light signature, right? The dinger has like a bright light on the back of it.
That is something I was just not going to bring up unless you bring it up. But there is kind of like, as we were talking about this, there is that like click in Flute's brain. Also, someone said "floop." There it is in the chat, and I thought that was very funny, and I had to shout it out.
Very good.
There it is.
Dang it.
100 points.
You just kind of like have that as after Klik has pointed out, like, oh, you can kind of like see this light. You realize that you all are also emitting this light as well. So it makes logical sense that they might be able to also see this light.
Is that just an after effect of jamming? What is the light from?
There is. When you jam, you just glow.
Is it a jammy glow?
No, the ship generally has lighting on it, like magical lanterns, just kind of because there's no direct light out in space except for
Moonboy is going to grab the walkie-talkie and he's going to say, Goliathan, we have a bogey. Ghost protocol. All
right.
You have to establish the protocols ahead of time, Moonboy, otherwise.
I just invented this protocol. It means we need to hide. There's a bogey.
Will you roll a history check? I mean, a persuasion check just for fun, because I want him to get it immediately if you roll well.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have rolled a natural 20.
All right.
I'd like to thank Harlan, my DM. I'd like to thank Aaron for showing me how to do it. Big Top, our sponsor.
When you do that, there's just a boom, and all the lights go out, and it is pitch black.
Told you Ghost Protocol was a thing.
Does Lighthouse,
I apologize
does he shimmer, or is he invisible?
He is invisible. He does not emit a glow. But you hear his voice go, "Ooh, spooky."
I like him.
The ghost saying spooky is awesome.
Perhaps we should perhaps we should go below decks so we can see each other, rather than being in the pitch blackness of wild space.
I have dark vision. I think I'm gonna stay on deck.
Oh, that's true.
I'm gonna keep an eye on the. I'm gonna keep an eye on the boat approaching.
Exactly that.
Yeah, it is. You all kind of like can continue on a little bit and kind of put yourself in. For those of you who do and don't have dark vision, kind of like go down to just not be sitting in just like the pitch black, and those of you who do can kind of stay up top. And you're helping Goliathan needs a little bit. He does have dark vision as well, but he can't see too far off, where you all are having to help him navigate a little bit. And the thing that happens as you all are kind of like continuing down, you can see the light, and it seems to not be getting any significantly closer or farther away from you all, and just seems to also be skittering in what seems like nearly random directions.
Have we stopped?
No, you are still continuing on.
Still jamming.
Yeah. And in fact, Klik, you kind of like up front and helping this as you kind of led the way with like, I'm going to stay out here and be able to see in the dark. You can see that you all are approaching a smaller, again, like a split between a smaller entrance down the rabbit hole and another like wide open space. And before, in the wide open space too, you saw this like mud swirl of debris up around the wall. And this one, the mud swirl seems to continue on below you all as the debris is just kind of like floating like leaves in a pool, kind of like below you all.
So not that way.
And Lighthouse goes, yes. And he just pops up right next to him and goes, that way is the way out. That way is big old Flesh Boys. The quickest way to big old Flesh Boys home.
Right.
I'll get on the Rocky Talkie and consult with the team. Where are we going, lads? We going?
Lighthouse, can you? If we help you, would that help us get out of here?
No, actually, it would make it. Well, I mean, there wouldn't be a big old monster like floating around in this space. You would have less things to worry about.
Sure.
But it will not help you in any way. It's you're just killing a big monster that is formed here and is kind of like running this domain and smashing ships and things like that. But
killing people.
You would want us to kill the flesh creature.
I mean, if you can just... I don't know how to free me, so I just know the closer I get to him, the more I fade. So, but it kind of just spits me back out if I fade all the way. It doesn't work for getting rid of me. But
the closer you get to him?
Yeah. There seems to be a parameter that I can exist in. Man, no one cares about this shit. This is really fun for me. You guys are super nice.
Great. I've got so many questions. What's dying like? Can you introduce me to God?
Again, doesn't hang out with me that much. And also there are a lot of them, so that's a whole other thing. They have their own circles and parties, and I'm not invited to any of them because I come in between. Anyway, so there seems to be a parameter that I can exist in. I can't get too far away from this place, and I can't get too close to the kind of like nest, you might call it. He's got a bunch of rocks just kind of like piled up for himself over there. So
ghost law.
I assume
it's a flesh nest. He has a fleshy nest.
Oh, nobody should ever have to hear those words.
Yeah,
well, I regret what I'm about to say, but the fleshy nest could be a way to give the slip to our pursuers.
Oh, it's a slippery flesh nest.
No, dang it.
God.
That's not why I regret
no. Yes, let's go.
Not the episode title.
It is not.
Let's go to the meat seat.
I will ban anyone.
If only Ted were here. Ted's not here tonight, but he would just be banning people.
Start over.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Rachel's crying.
Let us never talk about the flesh nest again.
Never talk.
Okay, so yeah, Lighthouse tells you, he's like, yeah, there's just like, I've never been able to convince anyone. I'm kind of giving up on trying. I think I'm just here forever, warning people that seem cool about the flesh monster. So,
man, I don't mean to sing the same old song, everybody, but I feel really bad for this guy.
Hey. I'm Team Lighthouse.
So if I told Goliathan to go left toward the flesh nest, he's relying on my directions, correct?
Yes. For two reasons. One, that he's trusting y'all's judgment with the information you have out of the ghost because of it proving to be very right. And two, he currently can't see very far at all off of the perimeter of the ship, so he's again just kind of like following you. So yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
let's go kill this thing. There's bad ghosts and there's stuff in here that people are dying, and it's a bad thing. This.
Yeah. To be fair, I just want to note that if you go the quickest way out, you are probably gonna have to deal with a bully. He's just a bully ghost. He's kind of a jerk, but
So it's a ghost or it's a flesh ball. Come on.
Yeah, that's truly your choices. I can confirm that. As someone who lives here, I can confirm.
What's the bully ghost like?
Oh, he's just mean. He likes to.
Well, so I'm wondering if we kill the flesh ball, will we then still have to kill this bully ghost to get out?
No, my guess is that all of the gravitational anomalies will just cease to function, and everything will. You could just walk straight out, pretty much.
Imagine what we could find if we dispelled this entire effect.
To be fair, I'm not promising treasure. On my conscience, on my ghost conscience,
must be treasure. If
This
many
effect-
ships have fallen victim to this place, and all of a sudden, all of their wreckage is accessible. It's the motherlode, man.
I think we should relay all of this to Goliathan. I want to click on the Rocky Talkie again and be like, breaker, 1, 2, Goliathan, this is Starman coming through.
Absolutely. Just real quick, though, because I just don't want to blow by this moment if this is your too. Rachel, Klik.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You had a tiny moment where you were like, he will do what I tell him. Mm-hmm. I feel like because we were talking, I did not give you the narrative chance to tell him what to do if you wanted to do it. So if you want to try, and if this is not what you're thinking, if I'm just making this up, we can just blow by it and keep go with the Moonboy route. But I also didn't want to all over that moment.
No, I think Klik would navigate left toward the. I think I would just guide him in that way, because toward the flesh wall. In my head, that's the safer route for crew and friends.
Better to ask.
So I would navigate toward that way, because that's what he's asking me to do.
Wait. Because that's what Lighthouse is asking you to do?
No, that's what Goliathan is asking me to do. Is to navigate the ship safely.
Yeah.
So I think Klik's logic would be to go the way that it's benefits
faster out
friends and crew. It's
away from the flesh ball.
No, toward
the safest way to, and forgive me if I'm mistaking this. The safest way for us to get out of here is to kill the flesh ball. Is Klik's reasoning?
Okay. I think she has more faith against. Yeah.
Okay.
We're friends with Lighthouse. We're helping Lighthouse. People are dying here. This is. Yeah, I think she would see that as the safer route.
Would it be possible to rest?
I will get to that in just a second. Sorry, I just want to parse out this moment. So, are you bringing this to the group of let's do this, or are you just being like, Captain, this is the way to go?
I think Captain, this is the way to go.
Okay, cool.
And the other route was safe. There was nothing on the other route, right?
There is a bully ghost.
Oh, right.
Bully ghost. Yeah. I just want to make sure I narratively made it clear that Lighthouse said this is the safer way, is to go out where the bully ghost is. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. We're on the same page. I just wanted to make sure we're on the same page.
I'm just trying to make sure that my logic makes sense.
Totally.
Because I don't think she would want to deceive Goliathan. I think she believes this is the right way to go.
Because she's protecting her new friend Lighthouse. That's part of it, right?
She's protecting her. Yeah, she's protecting her crew. She's protecting people coming in, all these people that could crash in it later. I think that's the right way to go.
For sure. I just got chills. Sorry. That is why I wanted to take a second and really hone in on that, because I thought that's what you were insinuating, and I just wanted to be sure. Cool. So let's have you roll a persuasion check then. If you are just doing your
check.
The bond of friendship has been sealed by hugging.
Yeah.
Cannot be undone.
Okay. Ooh. I rolled a 1.
Goliathan immediately starts in with questions that you kind of he's like, yeah, wait, I could see that one's bigger. You said before that the bigger route is the bad route, and we should. And also, I think that well, I'm trying to trust you, but that doesn't make sense. And now, if Moonboy, if you want to cut in,
breaker, 1, 2, Goliath. This is Starman coming through.
Starman. What do you do with Moonboy?
Sounds like the beginning of a Parliament Funkadelic song.
I just want to be clear. I rolled a critical fail, but my modifier is a -1. So I rolled a 0.
You dropped your Rocky Talkie off the edge of the ship.
Guys, I swallowed another Rocky Talkie.
Also, I like it because you have this translator on your chest that Klik. I mean, that K.A.I made you. I also imagine when you use your Rocky Talkie, you hold it down.
I hold it here. Yeah.
I think it just plugs in. It just plugs into your apparatus. Just
Natty,
place to slot it in.
Natty 0. That's literally the first time I've ever seen anybody roll 0.
Natty 0.
Yeah, my dice hate me so much.
Go ahead and roll a D0.
1, 2. This is the Starman coming through. Goliath. Thank you.
What's going on? I'm confused. I'm nervous. I want to get the hell out of here.
So do we, and we've sort of determined that the fastest way to do that, we can solve all of this gravity stuff if we kill the flesh monster that seems to be causing it. I think that's the best way out of here. Supposedly, if we slay it, all of this will stop. The treasure will be ours for the picking, and we make a ghost friend.
There's like a jerk to the ship almost, and he, dang it, y'all! I told you, we're not here to be heroes. We're here to get out of here. We can't. I told you all, and he's just like, and you can all hear this on all of the Rocky Talkies right now. He's like, I told you when I hired you all, we're not here to save the day. We're here to survive and make sure we make a little bit of money along the way. So I'm getting us out of here, and I want you all to tell me the fastest way out of here.
The fastest way out.
Fastest way
is to kill that flesh monster.
Dang it, Moonboy!
Starman.
You could roll a persuasion check, but I would like to have you roll it at disadvantage.
Oofta.
When the lights went out, you said that did some of us go below deck, or we stayed up on deck?
Yeah, I've kind of been not making you all keep too tight of track of it. I imagine that you kind of are in an in-between place, that you're kind of like at the entrance to below deck, so some of you can be keeping a watch out, but some of you all are below deck. If you want to be splitting off and doing something specific, you absolutely are able to. But first,
okay, just curious.
I've rolled a 9.
A 9.
Ooh. And I think the Moonboy says, I know I'm not being very convincing, Goliathan, but you've doubted me in the past, and it has left us to ruin. Remember these words.
There's silence on the end of the Rocky Talkie for a second. And he goes, God dang it, Moonboy. I got a 8.
Yeah! What are the odds?
He has a high charisma modifier too.
Oh
He's
boy,
captain.
the Moonboy does not.
And neither does Klik.
He is a smelly little weirdo who sleeps in a pickle barrel.
We have a lot of those.
We sure do. We're racking them up.
Oh man! Truly, this is I love Dungeons and Dragons because sometimes
I love failure.
Sometimes the high charisma captain gets talked out by a translated bug and a Moonboy about what did you say? Stinky little weirdo.
Little weirdo about flying into certain doom.
He goes, dang it!
There's doom on both ends.
All right.
Okay, again though, if we're going to fight Fleshball, I need to rest. I need to recharge my powers and repair myself.
Same.
Lighthouse is like, I can't promise safety here, but we can try.
I mean,
I could at least take a short rest.
I'm not. I'm just saying,
Just a short rest would be enough for me, but I don't know about everyone else.
K.A.I and I don't sleep, so
yeah, I still
we can just hang out.
I actually have most of my spells.
Yeah, I mean, but we have some time until we get there. And
yeah, I think we could deal with a short rest, and if we have any encounters,
Right,
yeah.
we can take a short rest on the way to a long rest as long as we can until we need to not be resting anymore.
And
you said it, man.
And in the morning,
I explained sleeping.
Flesh.
Do it for as long as is required by the body until it has stopped.
Yes, how an arcane intelligence would understand sleeping. Klik still doesn't understand it. So. She thinks it's lazy and odd and mysterious.
It looks quite unbecoming. Look at yourself.
Just laying there.
She just stands there and watches
Your
people
mouth
sleep.
Is open.
A look of disgust on her face.
You don't have your weapon anywhere near you. No one's wearing pants.
Blood oranges.
Bugwoman is just over top of you as you,
dripping mucuses.
You or her?
Just to clarify, are you taking a short rest or are you going for a long rest and seeing what happens?
Going for a long rest.
I vote long rest.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to take a short rest and then I will go into my sentry mode.
Okay, cool.
And see what I can do.
Andrew, are you on board with this long rest?
Yes, Flute needs a long rest as well. I used 2 of my bardic inspirations on that free fall. But I was going to say, I think Flute did go below deck when I got pitch black. I can't see in the dark, and I would go immediately back to the galley, and I'm going to peek through the door, and I'm going to see if the pantry door is closed.
It is. Janice has kept herself in the barrel. So, the pantry door is closed. So if you want to kind of like go investigate the barrel further, you absolutely can.
Yeah, I'll peek in that pantry.
The barrel seems to be there and shut. Are you, how are you addressing it?
I guess I'm just looking for any sign that she would have left. Has anything...
Sure, do an investigation check.
Not the best. I got a 13.
Doesn't seem like the barrel has been disturbed in any way. And you hear a voice go, "Hello, Flute."
Oh, I'm kind of like
from inside the barrel.
Yeah. Oh, how did you know I was here?
I smelled you.
What do I smell like?
There's a little bit of fear on you the whole time. And there's something you put in your hair. And also there's a little bit of food in your pocket.
I pull out some meat that K.A.I must have
K.A.I giggles to himself somewhere, please.
But I haven't looked in that pocket in a long time. It's like
bucket salami.
Bad salami, yeah.
Yeah, you're like looking for it. She's like, no, other one. No, not that. Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, K.A.I, I was just making sure you were still in your barrel.
Do you not believe me, Flute?
No, I don't, because I know that you lied to everyone else.
It's true. Have you ever lied, Flute?
Sure, from time to time.
Me too. But I am not lying about this thing that you all have taken me with you. We have made a deal. You not trusting me makes me not trust you. And in that last one, you can feel like what is a flare of emotion because her voice kind of like spreads out into this chorus a little bit more. And it seems like, she was concentrating on this one voice, but with this flare, and it kind of like being inside of her mind translates that to you a little bit as it kind of like spreads out in that last bit.
Well, it seems your difficulty resisting temptations makes me not trust you.
She makes the sound of a sigh because she doesn't actually have lungs, but she understands what that communicates. And she
like
goes
16 sighs at once.
The ultimate disappointment.
Yeah.
Oh, your father.
The sigh of many fathers.
She goes, that makes me not like you.
Well, I'm fine with that, because I don't like you either.
Well, then now we have 2 deals.
Yes, I suppose we do.
Goodbye, Flute.
Goodbye. I'll close the pantry door.
That was fun. Cool. Okay. You all can set up camp here. Kind of communicate to Goliathan that you're going to stop here. You have a bit of time to kill in the day, though this tunnel is long. You all are going to have to chill here for a little bit. But yeah, you all can kind of like set up like normal. We have K.A.I and Klik both able to stand guard throughout the night. And if there's anything you all want to do before you go to sleep, you absolutely can. But if not, we're going to have them do their lookout.
Sorry, are we level 3 or 4? We're 4, right?
4. Yeah.
I guess I would, rejoin the crew up on the deck, and I would find Klik, and I'll ask has that ship gained on us at all?
I can check.
Yeah, do a perception check. Lighthouse 21. Is up there. Ooh, look at you. Good roll, see? Yeah. The ship has you watch it for a little bit, and then Lighthouse is like watching it with you, and he's like, yeah, they're stuck. Look at them. They're stuck. And he like points out like the pattern, and you can see that like before, you all did a bunch of work to understand the ways to follow the gravity in order to not just be going in circles without knowing, because before you guys were just thinking you were going forward, but being pulled by the gravity all these different ways. And it seems like this ship is kind of caught in that loop and is not able to progress at this point.
Well, seems like the gravity got him.
Can't help
Get all
but
turned
feel
around.
Can't help but feel sorry for them.
Yes, I mean, what can you do?
We don't know anything. I mean, if we defeat the flesh ball tomorrow, they'll be released from the gravity river.
I'm curious.
What if we
about what they want?
Lighthouse to parlay with them, and
yes, that went so well last time.
Someone other than me can ask.
Maybe you could ask without using magic to try to take over his mind.
I agree. Someone ask him without using magic.
Maybe. You and Moonboy kind of.
Does this fleshy thing have a name? Do we have to call him the flesh?
We could call it the meatball, the magic meatball.
Yeah.
Meatball.
Can we? Is it?
The
meatball at the center of everything.
Oh, wait, so at this exact moment, as you guys were talking about this, you hear the biggest door in the ship swing open, and Goliath comes out.
And the smallest man.
Technically, Relic is shorter, but
oh no, you got technically by the DM.
His pompadour.
They're all small to me. I'm so big.
And Relic comes out already smoking a cigar, which is like the
Relic comes out of the captain quarters smoking a cigar. What's going on in there? I'll
short
to know.
Steph.
Too late, Cannon. They're fucking.
The captain has the strict short dudes only rule.
Yeah, you have to sub to our Patreon to get that content. So
Drink tea.
Further deepening the likeness between Goliathan and the Tiger King is his stable of young dumb husbands.
He's just going to propose to all of you all sooner or later. So he comes out of the Goliathan comes out of the captain's quarters and is smoking a cigar, and he was like, "Y'all got me all twisted. Tell you what, I'm stressed out, but I'm trusting you." Oh my God, he says as he sees Lighthouse.
Yes.
He's like, Klik, is this your ghost?
It's not my ghost. It's a ghost. This is
Klik, I'm not
Lighthouse.
yours?
Kind of feels like he's your ghost at this
He's
point.
attached himself to you to some extent.
I mean, I hugged him, but we
he's
never...
his own ghost.
I mean,
go.
when people inevitably write songs about what we and Windrider did here. They will call Lighthouse Klik's ghost for sure.
Yeah, well, Lighthouse like, I like that. Put me in a song. And Goliathan winks at you all, and he goes, "Yeah, where is Windrider? I haven't seen him in a bit."
Moonboy jumps right in, and he looks out across the stars, and he goes, "He's out there."
And I think I'm like standing behind Moonboy, like stricken, terrified that someone will ruin one of the coolest moments of Flute's sad life.
Lighthouse goes, "What?"
Ow. Sorry.
It's complex. It's a complex. What why they call it that?
Somebody said just flooping around. That's so funny. Yeah, Goliathan's like, "Well, all right.
Are we kind of just shored up in the darkness, in complete darkness, in a gravity space hole right now?
That is correct. In fact, you are kind
Don't
of like...
spell it out.
It's kind of creepy.
Don't ever tell me the facts.
In fact, you were kind of at this, if you can imagine like a fork in this gravitational mole hole almost. Sure. You were at this split in this like a little bit wider open area the ship has pulled over. Goliathan's like, y'all keep an extra good watch out tonight. I'm worried about this. And he kind of like gestures toward the darkness.
We'll do our best.
You can count on us.
All right. Well, he goes, "Nice to meet you," he says to Lighthouse. He goes, we're freeing your soul? And Lighthouse like, don't worry about it. I promise. Just, just don't die. And Relic comes over. It's like, that's what I keep saying. Yeah. And we can, let's go ahead and let's call this session here as we,
okay.
we can start the next one with you all seeing how well you get through the night.
Terrifying.
Or
cool.
Yeah.
Darkest night. I'll just go call my therapist right now.
Let's see how the night goes.
All right, give me a week to figure out how this night goes.
Yeah.
Unless I don't want to speed this moment up, but unless you and Klik and K.A.I want to just do their perception checks right now.
Let's do it.
Actually, no, I don't want perception checks. I want each of you to roll percentile dice. So
what does that do?
The two 10s. There's a 10 with a... This is a fun thing for those of us hanging out in chat. Sorry, we're running a little bit late tonight. Hello to all 20 of you who are hanging out with us. I appreciate it. Percentile dice, for those of you who don't know, are two D10s. One of them is the first digit, and one of them is the second digit, so they will roll something between 99 and 0. I count double zeros as 100. So
I rolled a 19. 94.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Wow, I was gonna say, let me tell you, I'm gonna add your two numbers together, and you want high, so that.
Oh, okay, that's
really good. Yeah,
okay, I rolled a 74.
63.
Ooh, nice.
All right.
Are we all rolling it, or just those two?
Just those two, as they are the keepers of the night.
Ooh, put that on a t-shirt.
Keep us.
That's what we call ourselves. We don't tell anyone, but
We are the keepers of the night.
Cool. So then I will say, just as a kind of like cinematic out here, you all are in this dark debris hallway that feels almost underground, floating in the middle of space. And the only real light source you can see is this far off, just kind of like twiddle of this ship stuck in gravity. You know, it's like watching a moth kind of like bounce around the inside of a light fixture. And you, Kai and Klik, are both very almost jumpy as you all are out on deck watching for anything. Lighthouse is hanging out with you all, kind of helping you in this of looking out, and nothing bad happens. You all are able to wake up. After spending the amount of time, the first one up is always Goat. She's pulls her tall, muscly self up from the below deck, and it's kind of the sign of you all like making it through the night. And it seems like nothing has bothered you. Nothing has slipped. Nothing has noticed you in this area as you all pulled over to take a long rest. So good job. We'll call it there, and we'll pick it up with you all having a long rest and ready to go.
To the flesh boy.
I'm gonna fight a meatball tomorrow. Or tomorrow? We're doing this again tomorrow, right?
Just to stop calling it the meatball. I will say that when Lighthouse explained this to Goliathan, and I realize I'm kind of like tacking this on. You all can kind of dig deeper into this later if you want to. Goliathan says, damn it, it's a Gravislayer. And so he kind of like is able to put together. I've had him roll a history check on this twice, and he did not get it. But with Lighthouse's prompting, he's able to give you the name of the creature, which is called a Gravislayer. Gravislayer. And he goes, well,
they're Googling.
Oh, don't worry. Try. This is a 2E monster that I have turned into a 5E monster myself. So,
in your lab,
Sweet.
In my lab. Yep.
Oh yeah, cool. for sure. Gravislayer is a metal band. Yeah, that's a. No way, it's not. No way, it's not.
I saw them open for Ghost Hug.
Come on.
Yeah, that was at Flesh Nest, right?
Yeah, Flesh Nest 97.
Flesh Nest, one of the best metal festivals in all of Scandinavia.
Flesh Nest.
It's a metal and beef jerky festival.
Yeah.
Flesh Nest.
Flesh Nest.
Cool.
Nest.
That's it for the night, y'all.
Oh,
Yay! So much fun.
Guys,
Thanks so much to
for-
chat. You guys are the very best. So much fun to hang out with.
My daughter was in there. You would better have behaved.
Shout out to Big Top one more time. I don't know if you're in the chat, but thank you so much for everything.
Big Top.
Yeah.
I'm pointing to his logo down at the bottom of the screen. So
Yeah.
Looked like you were doing like a kangaroo thing.
No.
Thanks to Tuggerman Productions for our intro video and for being our Twitch streaming guru.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's making things go so much better.
She's helping.
Freaking guru.
Yeah, just behind the scenes, all in there. Well, cool. All right. We will see you next week.
We'll be on Discord all week talking about nerd stuff.
Yeah,
Man.
Deep
I
web.
had
Deep web 2E memes.
I had the best time talking about gravity this week. So thank you all for bothering me about
if you're trying to get access to the Discord and you can't, tweet at us or message us on Instagram. We'll make sure that you have the link to get in there.
Yeah, you should be able to pop on and message me too if you just like. I will drop the link in the chat because we have new subs tonight because we're gonna have a new emote. It's so great.
Yeah, Janice next week.
Janice next week.
If you want to get in the Discord and you're not in there, you can go check out our Patreon. highly recommend.
Yeah, do it.
Giving you the opportunity
Right.
to give us money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Stargazer, Moonboy, Klik, the Crusher, K.A.I, Humbly Chef, and the Windrider, Flute, Whimteaser. They're better than he.